All right, let's talk about leaky gut. Leaky gut is probably one of the most popular terms. It's been around for years. Even the medical community is starting to latch onto it, understanding that it is an increased ability for what you put in your mouth and what's in your gut to leak out of the gut into the body, creating havoc for the rest of the system. So if you have a leaky gut, this can lead to autoimmune conditions. This can lead to anxieties and depression, not just bloating, cramping, abdominal situations that make nobody feel well and make everybody more irritable on top of that. So what about leaky gut is it that is creating all of this difficulty? It's because 70% of your immune system's in your digestive tract. So when your digestive tract is permeable and it's allowing foods and bacteria and funguses to move around, it's triggering that immune system, creating a huge flare. This flare then leads to the potential of attacking your own body. So you see patients with a highly leaky gut ending up with their ANA, which is an autoimmune screening, going positive. And this positive reaction then leads you down the rheumatology path of looking at, do we have lupus and other things like that. So if you have an autoimmune disease, most likely you have leaky gut. By the way, there are some talks out there about for leaky gut to fix it, you've got to fix that first before you can get to anything else, whether that be fungus, bacteria, parasites, or otherwise. You have to fix leaky gut. Wrong. You have to fix some of those things in the gut, such as parasites, bacteria, and fungus, to be able to fix leaky gut, to be able to make that permeability better so that you can get well. So let's just think about this. If you have something in your digestive tract that's a living organism, and that living organism is producing toxicities that are affecting the ability for your digestive tract to heal, and you don't target those organisms to get them out, how can you ever get to a point where your gut heals? It just doesn't make sense to me for the statement of you have to heal your gut first without healing those things. So when I have people coming in saying, well, that's what I've heard, so I'm taking glutamine and slippery elm and marshmallow extract and I'm eating plant-based and I'm eating anti-inflammatory, I'm like, those are all amazing things. You need to do all of those, but you also have to go after and get out the organisms that are damaging it. And I take it back to this. If you take your arm and you put it out like that and you drag your fingernails across it, and you do it over and over and over and over, eventually your fingernails are going to tear into your skin and they're going to cause damage to the tissue. That's the same thing happening with all these organisms and food allergies that are in your digestive tract. So the only way to get this better is not to put a Band-Aid over it, because if you put one Band-Aid over it and you just keep scratching, you're just going to pull the Band-Aid off and you're going to keep going deeper. Is we've got to stop you from scratching your own arm. That scratching of your own arm is those organisms, and that's the first most important possible piece that has to be realized. Now, all of those other things I mentioned, which are the glutamines, the aloes, the slippery elms, the Spanish moss, the large amount of herbs that can be taken to help the collagens, those are all amazing. So if you're listening to these things, they're all great to do. Cutting your food allergies, running food allergy panels are great, but they're all just so that you can get in there and start working. So you can get in there and you can do your antimicrobial work. You can make sure to alleviate the stressors. So if you can get the immune system to stop having a battle down there, you're going to get better. All right, get off my soapbox, because that's one of those things that I hear often and I'm like, okay, I get it. We just got to make sure to understand we got to do these things at the same time. Otherwise, it'll never end. So what are we doing to get those out? That's going to be the second video, because this is going to be 2 parts of what could possibly be causing leaky gut on the inside. But I want to finish this video of getting that concept across of you have to support and treat at the same time. It's also said that you don't absorb enough of anything that you're putting down here whenever you have leaky gut, which if I'm trying to put something in there to go after the organisms that are in the gut, and that thing itself is creating the reaction I want, then it's not necessary that you need to absorb it into your whole body. We're trying to just get oregano to the parasite. We're trying to get some different other herbs to the parasites down here. So when I have some patients, they get really hungry, I'm like, hey, feed them. Feed them the things that we want to get to them to get them out. So take your para products or take your anti-yeast products when you're getting really hungry and flush those things out, as long as you know you can tolerate them. All right, so that's step 1 of leaky gut. Step 2 is going to be on the board, and it's going to be about what you can do to help flush some of those things out. And there's so many possible things that this video that's coming up is going to be a bit of a lot of different pieces. So if you like this, if you've got people talking about leaky gut and they're talking about, well, if I just got to eat my well into health on leaky gut, that's a piece. It's not the whole story. Thanks for watching.